We must pay homage to him.
Collateral damage, but I'ma pay homage. I remember listening to music when I was in college. Even when I was young, I was always seeking the knowledge. Daydreaming of my wife's thighs, cause I love the fraudage. No cap, I'ma always keep it solid. Niggas asking me for crypto even though I lost my wallet. My clients, schizophrenic and psychotic. That's why my relationship with them is symbiotic. Nas said he remains flyest in the fat canias. I don't know what that means, but I pray to the most highest.
We must pay homage to him.
You know you're breaking my heart.
Yo, the manifesto, peep the manifesto. I'm flying on a plane from the north to archipelago. Your life's report in gold, even though it's hot and cold. Never fold, it feels great, you never sold your soul. Manifesto, peep the manifesto. I'm flying on a plane from the north to archipelago. Your life's report in gold, even though it's hot and cold. Never fold, it feels great, you never sold your soul.
Gun violence problem.
They said that all we would do.
R-O-R-E, Rory stands for Ricky's on the run eating. He really better stop cheating. R-O-R-E, Rory stands for Ricky's on the run eating. He really better stop cheating.
They said that all we would do.
Traversing through the different paths, here's my autograph. Time travels fast, witness the light in a paragraph. My verbal Uzi weighs a ton, where's my honey bun? $100 on the floor, says he can't run.
They said that all we would do.
R-O-R-E, Rory stands for Ricky's on the run eating. He really better stop cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. Back at it with another one. Yeah. More fire. More fire. It burn. What we doing? What we doing? Yeah. Yeah. Good day. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Everywhere you are. Huh? For sure, for sure. This is what we doing. Oh yeah, this is what we doing. Expectation. You have a lot of expectations. I know the truth hurts and you don't like it. The truth hurts, man. The truth sucks. I'm not an exception. I'm not impervious to it. You think I like hearing the truth sometimes? Oh man, it's just it's annoying. It stings. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But you gotta accept it. You gotta accept it. Thankfully for my profession, I'm constantly reminded to be grateful, to be extremely grateful for everything that I have. My profession and the clients who I help and serve remind me every day to count my blessings. That's why I always have this banner running on the bottom of the screen saying, appreciate your blessings. Never take anything for granted. They say never. Forget about all that. Never take anything for granted. There's always someone out there that has it worse off than you, no matter how bad things are for you at this point. And it's not an excuse for you to not, right, react, respond, or vent, cry, and complain, etc. But we always have to take account of the good we have going on in our lives. There are many people that would love to trade places with us, even when we are at our worst. It's what it is. Doesn't matter. It's just, that's just the truth. Look at what happened. People talking about no expectations. Why? You want to avoid having any type of investigative or investigations, any type of scrutiny with the regulatory body they know as the SEC. So you're gonna say, have no expectations of profit from the work of a common group of people or of others. Have no expectations. And look what happened. You know, all of that was just, this is like, a lot of times people just have to take things for what they are and understand things for what they are. These are tactics, it's a strategy, maybe a clever type gimmick, clever approach to be able to avoid getting in quote unquote trouble. The crazy part about it is someone found a way to get you in trouble by complaining about the person and what they did with whatever funds they thought that belonged to the community. So they dropped a dime to the SEC, complained, did whatever to call the SEC's attention and say, hey, wait a minute. We got some charges here. We got to look through this. So you got smoke with us now, you know. That's all changed because the SEC, when you want to talk about jurisdiction and all, they didn't have any jurisdiction to go after this guy. I titled this stream Expectations is because what has the founder always talked about? That he doesn't work for anybody. You will never profit off of his work because he doesn't work for anyone. What has he always talked about? Where that whole line of thinking comes from. Avoiding passing the Howey test. That clearly indicates what a security is and what a security isn't. So this is why he talked in this tongue-twisting, weird, reverse type style. And then the whole time, like just even to now, we get all that. But in the meanwhile, while you tongue-twisting the world with the brain and avoiding expectations and from profit of others, and you don't work for nobody, you're telling people that you're the best thing in crypto. Giving tree. And people need to believe in he. They need to believe in you. He, in him. Like, because he knows about all of this better than everybody. The programming started a long time ago. The programming started years ago. And people took a chance and said, you know what? Why don't you go gamble? Why don't you take a risk? Take a chance and do what you do. Spend money. Understand that while you spend the money, have no expectations. Wow, what a hit. But in real life, when you go out here in the world and you paying for goods and services, when you're paying for goods and services, do you not have expectations? Are you approaching whatever vendor, whatever servicer? You're thirsty, you want to go to the store, buy something to drink. Do you not, when you walk into that establishment, expect to find something to drink? Not only do you expect to find something to drink, but it's not free. You expect to pay for it and receive it, and for it to have whatever, for it to be a pleasant drink. Hopefully it's healthy and not poison, but whatever. It's not the point. But over in the real world, we gotta, always have expectations. You're gonna go to a restaurant. Do you expect to eat horrible food? You're spending good money. You expect to not have a decent experience when you walk into an establishment, restaurant, eatery, whatever? You're not feeling well. You got to go somewhere and see a medical provider. Do you not expect for that medical provider to at least be qualified to provide the service, to diagnose and even treat you? You walk into an academic establishment, a hall, an institution, school, whatever you want to call it. Do you not expect the person who's supposed to instruct you or teach you to have the capability, the qualifications to provide that service to you so you could learn something, so you could learn you something? You have there's expectations all across the board, and even here in crypto. Don't pretend like, oh no, the disclaimer was there. No, you played the game. You played the game. You saw the disclaimer. You said, oh, I'm just going to throw X amount of money away and have no expectation ever. You just throw, you woke up one day and you decided you're going to take X amount of money away and basically throw it just and never think about it again. That's what you were. That's what you agreed to do on the surface, but behind the scenes, deep down in your spirit, whether you admit it or not, you expect to get something from that. Why do you think people still talk, even now, modern day, as recent as now, today? People still have the idea that your founder is gonna, at some point, use the monies that were collected from all the sacrifices that were made to pump his market. Why do you think people are thinking that and openly talking about it, have been talking about it the whole time this whole chain came out? Publicly declaring, yo, he has to pump his situation. Crypto London, what's going on? Crypto London. Twin fam in the building. Twin fam says, The founder was just not, RH was just not the person. He pushed and promoted himself. See, and he pushed and promoted himself to be. Unfortunately, look. This is what the people. This is what the people feel. This is what the people are saying. It's not coming from me. It's what the people are saying. And you think I'm gonna disagree with a sentiment like that? You think I'm gonna disagree? Man, talk about here giving tree. Man, talk about, hey, listen, what? Imagine 4 years ago on July 15th, 2021, he put a post out on X, formerly known as Twitter, talking about imagine the top 3 coins in crypto being EHEX, PHEX, and Pulse Chain. This is what he put out. Imagine the top 3 coins being Ethereum Hex, Pulse Chain Hex, and Pulse Chain. Either wouldn't it be nice to see those top 3 coins and be the top 3 in the crypto in crypto industry? And then he said he can, I can, as it, implying he can imagine that happening. EHEX, PHEX, and Pulse Chain. This was 4 years ago. This was 4 years ago. And many of you don't like to see and handle the truth. You deal with cognitive dissonance. You embrace denial. You'll say something like, oh, well, he had to grow out of thinking that. 4 years ago, a little over 4, because this was July 15, 2021, he put out that tweet. We've since seen what he's done to EHEX. So he doesn't care about EHEX anymore? Like, in a way where the dude just kept giving everybody a certain set of messaging. And then throughout the last 3 to 4 years, you've seen something else happen. The complete opposite of what he talked about. Nothing but nonstop contradictions. So I agree with Twin Fam. He just was not the person he promoted and made the world try to perceive him to be. He's just not. And on July 15, 2021, the day he put that tweet out, that wouldn't it be great? Something I'm paraphrasing. Wouldn't it be great if the top 3 coins in crypto were Hex, PulseX, EHEX, PulseX, and Pulse? That day, 2021, if I'm not mistaken, was the first day of Pulse Chain sacrifice. If I'm not mistaken, or at least that part of July, that time in July, was like the first 5 days of the sacrifice period, the first week of Pulse Chain sacrifice. So imagine what the feeling was. Imagine the euphoria, right? Imagine how excited people were back then, in that time, when the world was on lockdown and you knew about crypto, you watching everything going on, and all the prices of all these coins were going up because that was a real bull run, a real bull run. That was a bull market. The summer of 21, in the middle of it. His nondescript ERC20 coin was going up, moving up in price, moving up. So it was at the peak. It was the perfect storm. So many variables taking place. People scared, you locked in your house. You got nothing else happening except you making money on the computer. You watching yourself making money, and you watching this guy basically prove to you that he wasn't a liar, because up till then, all of crypto couldn't stand him except his believers. So now in the middle of 2021, everything raging, you could tell everybody to kiss your behind. And at the same time, while everybody is feeling so excited and happy, you can slip in this whole idea of, oh, while you're happy, while you're elated, while you're excited, while you're making all this money and feeling like you're rich, sacrifice that and have no expectations. Depart from your money, depart from your happiness. And we're going to kick that out. No matter however long in the future, we're going to delay this happiness, delay this gratification. Because what you're going to do is you're going to sacrifice for freedom of speech. Because what these people on Ethereum are doing with the S load is crippling the community. And what are you, as someone who's excited, who's seen all this money, you seeing your dashboard money, your wallet money, multiplying value by huge sums. You watching people on the internet flexing on you, buying cars, jewelry, homes, everybody excited. The first few meetups were happening, people happy as a month. In the middle, during lockdown, what do you think people are going to do? They're not going to think. They're going to use their emotions, right, as their guiding post and give the money away. Yeah. Oh shoot. You could flip. If you flipped this ERC20, if you were able to flip this coin thousands of X's like this, you not only made me a believer, but I'm gonna throw money at you even more. No problem. Oh, this money that I'm blessed to receive from the creator, I'm gonna basically disrespect the creator, take this money and give it to you and have no expectations of what happens to that money. That's what people did, and they're not going to believe, they're not going to want to accept it because it's tough. It's a tough thing to accept. Tough pill to swallow. But it was done. It's what people have done. On top of that, you have a community that's been galvanized from the grassroots that are pushing the narrative. I had to join the bandwagon too because I became a believer. A believer. I didn't become a believer in him. I became a believer in the 10,000X. I was like, oh shoot, it really happened? This is what happens? Man, I'm thinking, yo, this guy. And then let me take it back. I was like, oh, maybe I was unfair with this guy. He figured something out. 10,000X, he figured something out. Maybe he's not as bad as I thought he was. Maybe he's not as sketch. I'm thinking he's just a magician. Curse the crypto space. Come out with a coin called Hex. Cursing crypto. That's a curse in some circles in life. Hex. What the hell are you talking about? Nobody care about no hexadecimal mathematical term. Nobody care about what you're talking about. With these funny colors. You got a top hat, weird. Thinking this guy, I'm being super judgmental. I wasn't caring about, oh, where's the ETH, recycling the ETH, and all, even though that was, right, concerning. Still is. Oh, the OA was this secretive owner of this whole operation. What is that? And then you want to control everything. Pretending like you don't control it. These games, everything decentralized, but you got so much centralization taking place. And all the same time programming people to tell them have no expectations. Give your bread away that you waited during the pandemic to receive. Give your bread away and give it back to him. Yo, let me tell you, the scheme that founder concocted and crafted, masterful. This is not a regular type scammer type level of you. No, 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 no. This is not credit card bum ass boosters that's going like back in the days over here when the poor kids from different parts of New York City used to just go to the Polo Mansion and just steal shit. They called them low lives and all that. Ralph Lowe, all these shout out to all them, man. I say Ralph Lowe, I don't even know if that was a person. Sound like that was a person, but I'm talking about Ralph Lauren. Boosters, they used to mob the streets, run into the Polo Mansion, Upper East Side, posh, money, money, money. And you seen a lot of black and Latino faces run up in the store, mobbing, taking all the goods. There's nothing nobody could have done. This was happening, bruh. Late 80s, early 90s. It's not that kind of boosting. Credit card, scam, boost. Let me scan this boost. Kivo, bad man, Kivo. No, it's not. There's levels higher than this. Let me tell you, man. There's levels to everything. Yeah, some pastor over here in Brooklyn years ago who grifted. I mean, I think he slapped the crap out of some lady in his parish. He doing time now though, but like this was a grifter of grifts. You looking at him head to toe, all kind of design. No, that's not. That's low level. Low level. You know, them people they with the scanners want to, produce, bad credit cards and do all that. None of this right here, 1.6 billion. Is not you going to some type of discount store or even though the most expensive store in some kind of mall trying to, do some ID theft. No, this guy is levels higher. I give him credit for that. Being a masterful grifter. Prove he's a master. Your founder's a masterful grifter until he proves himself otherwise. That's it. You have nothing to brag about right now. That's why you cannot talk. That's one of the reasons why you refuse to put your face out there on the internet, because you will be defecated on. People will shit on you because of what you've done. What you've done. Give me an example. Let me tell you an example of what he's done. Bragging and boasting, right? And bloviating and acting like you the best thing since crypto ever seen. And this is what you yield and produce 2.5 years later. Few weeks will be exactly 2.5 years. We're in the middle of October. Missed this cycle. Oh, you lost, bro. You lose. Plus, you got the ill street blues. You lose. Plus, you got the ill street blues. But what street are you on? Nobody's seen you. Well, people probably have. Because I still believe some folks in this community are tapped in. I think some people are tapped in and they know exactly what's going on more than most. You always have insiders. That's why some people on the chain, like if you weren't on the inside, like me, if you weren't on the inside, you had to deal with all the whirlwind volatility, all kinds of stuff going on. But since I'm, not new to this crypto thing, I knew how to handle it. But the insiders, those who came up, those are the only people that came up. Really came up. You want to launch a sacrifice? You want to follow the lead of your founder and create your own sacrifice projects. Get millions thrown at you, get hundreds of thousands, but mostly millions thrown at these people. They don't have to wait for 10,000x. They got that up front. A lot of them scammed. A lot of them produce whatever they produce that's on the chain that nobody cares about. Because the thumbnail I put on the post in this stream shows you what I've been saying to you for a very, very long time. that people don't like this founder. They don't like him. And it's more than just about because he talks the truth. The dude presented to become a liar. That's the problem too. That's not the only reason why they don't like him, but his hypocrisy and contradictions he's done to himself. You just done it. Like, what can anyone believe coming from this person anymore? The only way you could hold on to this super bullish mentality is because you choose, right, to ignore. You choose to ignore the deficiencies, the contradictions, and the hypocrisy that he's presented. You choose to ignore that and block that out. That's one of the only ways that comes to mind that you could just be 100% bullish to this day. Like, you could be bullish, sure, but you could also understand the risks involved and how he's contributed to the risks involved. This person who used to brag about talking about scammers praises scammers. If somebody launches a coin, then rugs the coin on their supporters, would you not identify that as being a grift? And if you see it's a grift or a scam, if it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, guess what it is? A quacking duck. That's what it is. But like I said, these people don't like him. You think his peers, I said it like this, as candid as this, and I got to repeat it again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. Blessings to Diversify, ENJ Dub in the building, Crypto London, Twin Fam, Gandhi G, Diversify in the building. Blessings to y'all. But like I said, his peers don't fuck with him. Oh, some people might say, oh yeah, this is a competitive arena, very competitive. Money respects money. Money protects itself. Right? Let's be real. And especially imagine what big money, I can't imagine, because I could only fantasize. I can't imagine, like, in my own world. Doesn't mean that's what it would be, right? Imagine, like, you think that, how many billionaires you think exists, right? So maybe they might know each other, right? They might know of each other, right? And might understand the competitive nature. They want to remain in their position, right? But also want to understand collaboration, the strength in numbers, the force of the union, right? The force of coming together to making things really pop. And also saying, nah, forget all y'all. I could do this. I got this on my own. Sure. But we understand they might still want to continue to make billions. They don't want to lose their position, right? To the point where you could see trillions. Like in our lifetime, the way things are moving, I think in the next maybe 10, 20 years, we're going to see trillionaires. Like, true to form. Like, yo, this guy's 1.2 trillion, right? This other person right here, 12 trillion. Yeah, that's where it's headed. That's where it's headed. That's where everything is headed. And they know each other. Crypto, the small ass market that it is, right? Growing, but small compared to legacy. Crypto, as small as it is, right? You don't think these blockchain founders know of one another, right? We know they do. We know they do. They may not like each other like that either. Cool. But they all don't like your mans. All of them. You could see, you could tell. Pain Chain. They all don't like this guy. All of them. And you see him crying. Damn it. He'll complain and not even, he'll insult people and say, oh, you butthurt? Why you butthurt? This is a thread for all you guys that want to complain. but you're begging Changpeng Zhao for support, openly begging. You could openly beg, but everyone else is just be butthurt, whining, and cry fagging. Well, what are you doing? Yo, like this is a classic textbook example of a case study that needs to be studied in academic halls, institutions for years to come. Like this is different, right? This is something that you're looking at a guy basically glitch out. 1 minute is you're a dum dum. The next minute is, hi, fine people. Can anyone donate a cargo van? Hey, I need volunteers. Hey, you're an idiot. Like you talk about everybody's an idiot. Everyone's a dum dum. Then what? The next day, everyone's a fine person. This and that. Your chain that you launched, like forget about all that. It make you feel good because I understand you being attacked. You got to defend yourself. I get all that, but nah, bro. You were talking about bring your heroes here to die and bring your people to thrive. It's like a cult, right? Bring your adversaries here to be embarrassed, humiliated, and banished, maybe even converted, and bring more recruits, gullible and impressionable brains and minds and heads here to me so I could wash it thoroughly so they could become my mental slaves. And that's what you have in the community. That's why you have certain people that are just extremely bullish to this day. They have something that they just latched onto by way of his words and his spells, and they just believe it hardcore. They just believe it hardcore. We have a nondescript person that's weird. Like, it is. How long? Let me ask y'all a question. Let me say this. How long has the tablet campaign been going on? Let's get to that. In the words of Zip with the Drip, let's get to that. How long has the marketing campaign been going on right now? Let's if y'all could just give me an idea, because I it's something I need to bring up. But you got to think. Tail 7 in the building. Greetings. He said rug chain, false chain. Yeah, man, false chain. The meme collective called it Pulp Chain. The orange guys, the orange dudes, Pulp Chain. Like this ain't it, bro. This ain't it, bro. You're not winning. It's terrible, actually, because everything's been reduced to everyone waiting for one person. So your efforts to try to remove yourself from the situation, to not seem like you're the main person that's going to pump the chain, have failed. Pain chain. Shout out. Like, I looked at the price of the stuff on the chain. I was like, yo, this. You still talking about shaking people out? Who are you shaking out? It's already been widely known that a bunch of people already, like big bags, folks like whales have already like exited the system and did all kinds of stuff. But who's fresh and new coming in buying? It's absolute cringe. That's why it's more eyes. This whole thing about more eyes. And look at this. I listened to a stream yesterday with a Mexican man Mexican men were trying to convince someone who received the tablet to become exit liquidity for them. It was too, you see, because that's the main strategy. This dude want to call the community, sell pressure that they too familiar with the sell button. Well, you've been absent. You've been a talking parrot for years. Talk, 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 talk. Become absent and expect people to work for him to get new eyes to come to the chain. That's not happening because why? People are tired. People are exhausted. That's not happening to the level that he would like. So you launch a campaign asking for free this or free services, volunteer. You donate this car, you could get a tax write-off. And people are being as creative as they can so they could get money. People are auctioning those tablets for whatever sums of money they can get out of it. So yeah, the idea is if anything he pumps, people will dump. This is what he helped to create. And he will take no accountability. His approach is you're being ungrateful. We gave you $1.6 billion and we're being ungrateful. You know, I remember when I was a child, bro, like when I used to see other parents like talk crazy to their kids, right? And I was a child, I was young. I was like, damn, you must have it hard, bro. Brothers and sisters, you must have it hard. Like, you know, you would hear parents say some stuff like that. Yo, you ungrateful this, you ungrateful that, this and that, this and that. And I get it. You know, the ears, like you don't really, you're not in a position as a child to really disrespect those who bore you. You don't, you know, you will never be bigger than your parents. If it weren't for them, you wouldn't exist. Right? And then later you realize, yo, that don't always apply to every situation. That whole thing of, yo, you ungrateful. You ungrateful. Who's ungrateful here? What you talking about? Do we see this chain pumping to oblivion, all-time high? Did it catch on and ride the waves? But Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other chains did their thing or whatever, haven't done their thing, but they reached all-time highs and this and that. What has Pulse Chain done? And this guy want to tell you, oh, y'all being ungrateful. This dude giving you mixed messages about ERC or PRC20 copies. One of them went over 2 billion%. And then 2 months later, after he posted that, it's the no. This is a bad situation. Don't associate me with this PRC20 copy that I was promoting 2 months prior. He's glitching. He's glitching out. Like dude ain't well. You fried. Your whole reputation is mud on the internet. It's crazy, bro. Like, we watch scammers of old and different in the past, heads of projects that scam communities. We watch them disappear. I'm watching this shit right here. It's either gonna go one way or another. Like, it's either he's gonna wake the F up and do whatever he gotta do to save face, to salvage whatever reputation he got. Eat crow, like really embody what humility is. Bite the effing bullet and pump your bum ass chain, or you need to disappear forever. Like, never come back on the internet. Never come back on the internet. Like, don't ever, don't, yo, you done. You done. Let's get back to the tablets. Let's get back to the tablets. You know, some people, they suffer from so much denial and deep-seated cognitive dissonance. You could hear it in their rhetoric. You could hear it, especially the way they cape for the Pulse Chain founder. You could hear it in the rhetoric. Like, they're not balanced. They're not trying to see any other opposing side to have a well-rounded perspective, right? We started hearing about the shipping containers landing in the States late August, first week of September. People started plastering those things right on the internet. How long ago was late August and early September? Was that a week ago? Is that 2 weeks ago? No. But you have people who want to avoid looking at things for what they are. Looking at things for what they are. We'll tell you that these things just started shipping, and you expected, what is it that you're expecting? Well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's going to be 10 million of these things shipped out. 10 million. Yeah, was that the talk in the beginning? That just gradually became the talk. Another month from now, if this campaign continues, you're going to hear more stories of the goalposts keep getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Nobody cares. You think it's been a success so far? The tablets. You think it's been a success? You think people outside of the echo chamber care? Do you think they care about receiving some tablets? Has it been all through your social media profile? Oh no, because it just started? Right. What started is a smokescreen campaign to distract people, that they're going to say this campaign is going to last, what did Crypto Coffee say? From 6 to 12 months. He's looking forward. Crypto Coffee said something to the fact of he's looking forward for the next 6 to 12 months for this shipping container campaign, this mass marketing crypto campaign. The next 6 to 12 months, in my eyes, because I'm a person maybe old school, more tradition, I like to look at history. In my eyes, the next 6 to 12 months will be a bear market. Some new thoughts have arisen, talking about, oh no, there's going to be an extended bull, right? Only time will tell. Extended bull going into 2026. But from previous cycles, what previous cycles have denoted, this bull run is ending. Very, 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 very before the year is out. But hey, who has a crystal ball and can predict the future? Definitely not me. So we'll see. What? Right. We'll see how this goes. Oh no, it just started, this and that and this and that. Expectation. No, everybody got expectations. This thing hasn't been 2 weeks. This thing been well over a month. You talk about, we're in the middle of October. This thing was in function like August 30th. What they say, August 25th, the thing hit the States. The shipping container mass marketing campaign, greatest crypto marketing campaign man has ever seen. What you talking about? A month and a half. As vocal as this community is, Have we seen any type of interest take place where anybody want to move the markets in a positive way based on advertising and marketing and promoting with the tablet? Motherfuckers are selling the tablet, and that shit ain't coming back to the chain. We don't see any movement taking, injection. Oh, this surge of interest. Oh man, come on, bro. Don't tell you, 2 weeks is not enough time that I'm bugging. No, you bugging for embracing denial, for not looking at things from a balanced perspective. I already understood the other side. I spent 2.5 years being a fake maxi. And when I say fake is because a maxi is supposed to really believe in the 4 coins. Meanwhile, no. The whole time I'm talking about it, it's just because I'm thinking I'm promoting something positive. Meanwhile, I got cryptos in places I forgot. Am I really a maxi? No. But I understand. For the most part, 90% of my streams were pro Pulse Chain for 2.5 years. And I'm not talking since the chain launched. I'm talking about from 21 to 2023, the middle of 2023. I was pro, even spilling into 24. Spilling into 24. The dude was doing things that got on my nerves too, though. Like, I'm like, yo, what is wrong with this founder? This founder's all out of pocket. What is wrong with this guy? You do things that got on my royal nerves the whole time too, but I let it rock. But I still let the first Christmas stream he launched, 2023, set off signals for me. Like, I'm like, oh no, there's something problematic with this guy. And I did a recap, and my thing was gut wrenching. It wasn't as scathing as it's been the last 1.5 years, but that's when it started for me. I'm like, oh no, you wilding, bro. This is the best you can do. This is what you're doing. Where are you? December 23. You know what people don't know? Like, a person right now who's coming in who's super bullish, it's because you don't respect history, right? It's because you could also, maybe you're making money because you're part of an insider group, right? Or you got other things going on and you positive minded, and that's cool. That's cool. But those of y'all that been around, you want to dismiss the fact that this dude's been an absolute hypocrite, and his absence has had a direct impact on the performance, even boosting morale. He talk about it's not about keep building, it's about keep promoting. This is the shit with this guy too, y'all. He sends CZ a tweet, talk about you keep building. I thought it was about promoting. You see the flip flop? This dude full of shit for real. Like, I'm telling you, y'all gotta open your eyes and realize what's taking place with your founder. Seriously. Y'all know me that been rocking with me for years. How many times on the daily was I streaming about some Pulse Chain? Shitting on these builders that were shitting on him. Shitting on builders that were shitting on Richard. How many times did I turn on my devices and talk on behalf of Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Inc? By myself. Would even have streamers. Would even have, open up panels and feel good, and we would just get together and build, with the people I rock with in the Pulse Chain community. People I rock with. Oh yeah, open up. Yeah, let's talk. Let's build, Spontaneous shit too. Never planned. Because it was fun. It's fun. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy doing this. I don't do this on some schedule. It's not a work. I don't want to make it feel like work. My life already regimented as it is. That's why I'm disciplined in a certain way. That's why I don't fuck with fugazi, fuckery, nonsense. Like, you could tell this guy has not a real disciplined bone in his body. He doesn't have a spiritual sound and strong foundation in his body, or you wouldn't be dealing with some tax aggravated tax craziness. You're supposed to be so astute, financially aware, and rich. Why would you go to a locale that would mess with your investments? From what I'm understanding, Finland is not like the best place to go if you got some capital gains going on. They don't care about you and your no expectation. You go there, you Mr. Mensa candidate, this is where you go. And now you got smoke with them because you live there. And then this, you know what's crazy too? There you go with your OPSEC. You try to act like nobody could find you and people just, yo, you in Finland. That's just, come on, man. That's why you might as well be candid. You fake being transparent. Oh, operational security and I get that, privacy and all that. But you made yourself a little bit too available. That's why you're getting cooked years later, because you posted so much, you talked so much, and now your whole viewpoints are changing just as recent as yesterday or the day before. This week, it's not about keep building, it's keep promoting. That's the message you should be doing. That's the marketing you should be doing. You should be promoting. This dude talks now to CZ, begging him, telling him, asking CZ for support. I keep building and building and build. Which is it? Oh no, I'm conflating, right? I'm right. I'm doing what he does, double talking. He didn't mean it for the sense of building, because he's not a developer, right? I'm conflating. This is what the way people would make excuses for him and justify his contradictions. Bruh, you got people on it that's on it, bruh. Like, folks have been on it. Folks have been not having the foolishness, man. Been backing this guy up. Imagine you backing up somebody who you'll never meet, really, right? Huh? Imagine talking favorably about something somebody created because you're thinking you're doing the right thing, because you're thinking you're part of something where, come on, man, in a space where it's just 90% scams, you're thinking you're dealing with something from somebody who's not going to scam people. So why wouldn't you celebrate that and speak the good word towards that? Why wouldn't you? And then for this person to never, you want to talk about where's the support? You want support from CZ? You don't even know how to support your own community. You want to talk about where's the support? Start from home base. Start from you. Support you. Why don't you stop contradicting yourself? Build with you. What kind of shit you were talking about in your fucking side vibe? How good are you? Like, what is that? Oh, side vibe, and then you're a living, walking contradiction? Y'all bought into all that, man. This is why the thing never caught fire. Certain people just do too much, and you could tell they're doing too much, and it will only reach a certain level and won't go beyond that. You know people like that in life. You know people like that, they go hard for nothing. Because it's not necessarily for nothing, but they just going super hard. Where you're just like, all right, man, yo, just, you're not going to go beyond this level. That's him. That's how he's acting on his scale, right? In his mind, he doesn't feel like he already made it. He going for glory. Doesn't believe that he probably reached glory already. That's my point. Some people, they just try hards. Oh, you're gonna try hard. You're doing extra. You're not just being you. You're being a dickhead attitude. Cause you just it don't matter. You just think you got the answers for everything until life shows you otherwise. And you're gonna keep trying hard and fall flat on your face and blame somebody else for falling flat on your face. Instead of just being naturally who you are, accepting the fact that you have a gift where you can convince people to give you $1.6 billion within a 6-month period. And then on top of that, you're gonna brag and boast about how great of a person you are because you raised $27 million, not out of your money, out of your pocket. You raised that for life extension, longevity. Never mind what happened to those monies over there. misappropriated funds and all that, allegedly. Who knows? Never mind. But you want to just big up yourself even more, embrace ego and pride. You don't embody anything humility related, nothing like that. Don't even understand, like, yo, what you did, billions of people will never be able to do. Doesn't even see, like, yo, talk about glory, shit. Like, I think you reached that. I think you've done that. You got to call people in the world that'll suck you off. Literally. Look at them. They got your shit tatted on their skin. They bought into you. Not even your coins. They bought into you. Like, but it's not enough for him. They make excuses for this guy. You get a free airdrop, they're like, yo, why are you complaining? There's no crying in the casino. And when he cries, it's all good. It's like, don't worry, RH. We got your back. We got your back, man. Yeah, RH, fearless leader, Sag Daddy. Like, what type time these people on, man? He already reached the pinnacle. He already, but to him, no. But think about it, y'all. Like, you looking for your peers because you suck as a human being. You're not happy. You know what I'm saying? Like a happy person. Does this seem like a happy person to you? Oh, no. You're going to consistently receive nothing but passionate smoke. Do right. Like, talk about somebody that needs to do better things with their crypto, better things with their life, better things with your mindset, better things with your gifts. You're in a position that some people would like to be in, but most people won't be, can't be. So you're in it for a reason. But what are you doing? What are you doing? I firmly believe if he had some type of sound spiritual grounding, things will be different for him all around in a positive way. And for everybody else in the community that's invested on the chain. Oh, for sure, bro. For sure. But he lacks that. You embody the ego. The ego's his God. Pride. Nonsense. Being right. The God ego of narcissism. That's his deity of worship. Foolish. And want to control. Manipulation is also his serum. He uses and applies that. Wait till, this is another manipulation tactic. Don't think for a second you're not going to get a Christmas stream this year. Don't think for a second you're not going to get a Christmas stream this year. Lackluster, meager results. It's crazy, bro. So a lot of y'all, I get it, man. You can't take it. I get it. It's weird. It's hard. It's crazy. All that. But until he pumps the market, to me, he scammed the whole situation. That's it. That's it. You might not have wanted to turn out to be a scammer. You might not have wanted to turn out to be a scammer, even though you've had that alleged that label attached to you for 20 years, right? Spam King and all that foolishness and all this crazy stuff you went through in South America and all this crazy gangster shit that you're not a gangster. Why are you involved with gangster shit? Who knows? Try hard. This is what I mean. Like, you just doing a little too much. It's beyond your scope. And someone is sitting you down right now, man. Oh, I'm going to launch a blockchain. I'm going to launch this blockchain. Guess what? I'm going to launch this blockchain. You're not even a developer. You had to put a tweet, post it out to the world because motherfuckers don't fuck with you. You got people in your own community. Listen, let's be for real. You want to talk about home base? Think about it. Look, He had people in his own community who probably would have developed the whole thing for him for free, for gratis, for free. You have developers in your own community. But you, because you saw whatever in his mind, and people really don't like him like that. They don't. Folks pretend like they do. They like the money. They like the money. And maybe they like him because they think he's funny. Some things he does to me is just simply corny. Now you put out ads that you're gonna pay a developer $150,000 a year to help you build. Oh, you got a team of 14 people: red hat, blue hat, white hat, rainbow hat, lavender hat, right? Yellow, red hat, pink hat team, and they're gonna work on your chain that you didn't build. But you keep building, you keep building, you keep building. No, you keep talking, and you keep talking. What building you do? You talking. The talking, that's the building. Because I'm talking too, so I'm building too. I'm a builder. I'm a builder. Hey guys, I'm a builder. I'm a builder. People launched meme coins in my likeness, so I'm a builder. I'm an influencer that's also a builder. Shut up. People launch meme coins on your nondescript garbage, pump tires, trash. Oh yeah. Oh, so that means I'm a builder. I'm a builder / scammer, because those coins people think I still launched and I grifted. Right. I'm better. You're better. You better go really drink some liquor, because you're not licking her. You're not better. At least if you had something to lick, then you probably would be feeling better. You're not better than anybody out here. Really. I'm better. Like this guy, yo, he lost it, bro. Like imagine, bro. Home base. You reaching out to people who don't give a fuck about you. That's why you were mad and you did that post. Think about how much money you have. They could go F themselves. VCs, all these people, they could go F themselves. Think about how much money you have and what you could do with the money. Because people don't like you. They didn't like you then. They definitely don't like you now. Not when you have all kinds of weird stuff going on after you beat the SEC. You still are reprehensible. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is what we threw $1.6 billion towards. That's crazy, bro. I'm on a quest for like this certain type of atonement. I'm purging myself off this whole stuff, yo. Like in a way where I gotta undo the bad that I've done by all these years of talking shit about we're one day closer to the next all-time high for his coins. All this stuff about and dismissing the hypocrisy and contradictions. I can't do that. Once I started seeing like the hypocrisy take place, I was like, oh no, enough. Instead of taking care of your own community and celebrating people who supported you, the real people, what you call maxis. Instead of supporting maxis, what you do, you go support scammers. You don't even acknowledge maxis anymore because you lost. You lost your way. You got into a situation that was above your pay grade. You don't even develop. So developers could be running circles around this idiot because you want to call everybody an idiot. Point the finger at you. When you point fingers at one person, 3 are always pointing back at you. I remember when he made the post about the Pulse X V1 bug. Why did the community not discover the bug? He put a post out there on X. He had the unmitigating gall, the temerity, the audacity. V1 bug. Nobody discovered the V1 bug. He was like, oh, this and that. Y'all couldn't discover the V1 bug. Meanwhile, The V1 bug was discovered a year prior to the chain launched. Don't pretend like you perfect. You call the top like you perfect when you're very perfectly imperfect. I asked the Hedron developer, why aren't you helping with Pulse Chain? Straight up, why aren't you helping develop with Pulse Chain? You know, this was in 22. I asked him, yo, Alex, what's good? Synergy, what's good, Synergy? Synergy. Hedron ICOS in the building. Why don't you help develop Pulse Chain? He gave me an answer or an answer on the chat. You know, it was one of the live streams he was doing with Crypto Sloth, and you know, so I posed the question. Since you got, you know, this thing going on, it's a hex, it's a derivative thing for hex. You could encapsulate stakes and do all this stuff, and ICOSA with the ICOSA and the ICOSA. So I'm like, oh, you got all this going on. Why don't you help with the building of, you know, Pulse Chain? What happened? And he just kind of like, you know, just like gave me an answer that really wasn't an answer. And I said, oh, interesting. What's that about? Nobody cares about nothing. So you have homegrown talent, right? Like homegrown talent. Even though Alex, yeah, you had a bug discovered, right? You had a bug discovered in the ICOSA thing. You had a bug discovered. Fall of 22, it was bad. And ever since then, it's just been shit, bro. Not shit as far as the thing not working, but it's been like, damn. You know, you want to aim for what? Flawless uptime. Because that's what this guy would always talk about. Flawless uptime. 100% uptime. Maybe with that ERC20 on Ethereum, right? Like, but when you look at the total package of Pulse Chain with PulseX, it hasn't been flawless. Hasn't been flawless. Bridge, all that hasn't been flawless. Operational, I'm glad you can't turn off Pulse Chain. I'm glad for that. Sure. I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that. But again, like I said with the PulseX V1 bug, what happened? Oh, nobody could discover that. No, meanwhile, people discovered it a year prior, and it was crickets after that. No crickets. You know, he got it. He don't work for you. He don't work for you. You want to see something done, you do it. You done. You want to see something done, I'm better. You want to see something done, you do it. I'm better. Giving tree. I'm the giving tree. You know, it's not your money. He's gonna be clowned for the rest, for as long as the internet exists. He's gonna be ridiculed. Like this is the real truth. Like those who are really authentic with it, it's either you care, you don't care, you make moves or whatever, or you criticize like me, right? Yeah, because I'm keeping it all the way genuine. I'm not happy with the way Pulse Chain has been. Nothing on Pulse. Nothing on Pulse. Like, what are you doing, man? And I'm talking about Pulse, Hex, Inc., Pulse X. Like, this is deplorable. Oh, no, this is the best time to accumulate during the down phases. During the down phases, the bear market, extended bear market. How about this thing never had a bull market within the bull market? It's never had its own bull market within the bull market. Oh, now it's, and then he writes, oh, now I'm not worried about all season. I'm worried about our season. Yeah, you're worried about your season in your mind. You're dreaming. You've been dreaming, but you're scared too because you fucked up. Because you lost. You don't know how you're coming out of this one. That's why you're worrying about our season. What's that? More word salad? You casting spells to keep your believers asleep? Rock them to sleep. Keep lying. Right? Keep lying. Keep double talking. Oh, we don't believe in all season. We believe in our season. This is one of the reasons why he hasn't been on streams. Number one, I think, in my opinion, because what are you going to stream about? What are you going to brag and boast about? When you cooked other communities for having coins that were down 85, 90% down, what are you going to praise? What are you going to exalt? You going to pump dot tires? Failure? You give anybody $1.6 billion, and then 4 years later, you're looking at something that materialized off of you having no sacrifice because you believe in some magical mumbo jumbo talk, and you watch the performance of what it is right now. Would you not declare it's a failure? Shut up. It was stupid. You know, and people, they understand too. This is why y'all listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, people understand. They understand. No. You gotta be real with it. You gotta be real with it. And then you're watching folks. They're like, damn, man. Wait till the people. Oh man, wait till we see those green candles that are not good metrics for indicators for good results anymore. Because Richard Hart doesn't like green candles anymore. But in the past, he said that's all that matters. Back and forth, crypto flip flopping. Oh, wait till you see the green candles. Your faces will melt. You're gonna melt those faces. Your faces will melt. Can't wait to melt. I know you're waiting. You can't wait to prove me wrong. Guess what? Even if I'm proven wrong, I still win because I didn't sell. So what happened? Shut up. Go sit down. Go stir. Go sit down. Tie yourself up in the corner, and then look up at the sky and wonder why I was right all this time. Right. It hurts. I know, I understand. It's not rocket science. It's simple shit too. It's simple shit. You know, some of us, we grew up with people that are incorrigible. We grew up with folks that are so annoying. You're like, yo, get out of my life, nigga. You just annoying. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Everything you do, you just want to stir some trouble, but you want to be accepted. Huh? What's wrong with you? And then you don't really kick them out. But you watch them, basically, you give them enough rope so they can hang themselves. That's what's going on with your dude right here. That's what's going on with him, bro. Like what's wrong with you? I'm not going to get rid of you, because you're entertaining. I'm watching you glitch out and sabotage yourself. Like, talk about self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for that's your man's. You on the run still. They saying that you down. Interpol is looking for you. Europol is looking for you. You got these weird allegations about attacking a teenager. You still haven't resolved that. You got this campaign going on that you don't know what you're doing because it's about, volunteering. This is another thing, right? Volunteers are dumb. This is what he talked about before, but now this year, no. Volunteers, we need the volunteers. But I know before in the past you were dumb because why would you volunteer to pump your bags when you gave the ICO founder billions of dollars? He was describing himself back then. Like, you can't make this up. He talked about how volunteers, people who volunteer in crypto projects, are losers. They are idiots because you're volunteering to pump your own bags after you basically invested in an ICO that collected billions of dollars. Fast forward to 2025. Hey, guys, find people. Would you like to volunteer or donate? And guess what? There's mass marketing, 6 to 12 months. Oh, it's the best marketing the world has ever seen in crypto. And this is what we're going to do. And, it's not about keep building. It's about keep promoting, right? Because I keep building and building and building, CZ. Changpeng's out. I keep building and building and building. And I get no support from my peers. I would love to wake up one day from my slumber, even though I get no cheeks. It's quite embarrassing. Hey, by the way, did you know that I got 1.6 billion? That's enough for me to get cheeks, right? I don't have to pay for it, right? You have to pay for the buns? No, I'm not talking about hot dog. What's that? Yeah, it's all Diddy. No, I'm not gonna say no Diddy because it's all Diddy. I like all meat. Support me, peers. I'm building, but everybody else crying and everybody else butthurt. But it's okay for this guy. Come on, bro. We're not like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking. So what? Freedom of speech. I don't care if you like it or not. Doesn't matter to me. The people who rock with me, I rock with them. Period. That's it. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. So what? Can't do nothing. Block me. Just mute him. Mute him. Mute him. Mute me. It's mutiny. He traitor. You traitor. Wonder. You're a traitor. No, I'm not a traitor. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in the hour system. I'm a believer in the truth. Right. That's why I'm a believer. Yeah. I'm not a believer in you understanding somebody who's a deceiver. Absolute deceiver who is not better. Will tell you, oh, he's better. I'm better. You sound whack. I'm better. Better where? You been to the dentist? We got dentists in the community. We got Dr. Disciple in the building. Right? You could have took care of your jibs. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Homegrown. You got homegrown, all kinds of stuff. Home base. And take care of what you got going on. This dude crying to CZ. Because, Hex didn't need you. Remember that clip? Hex didn't need you. We don't need you. Hex don't need you. And need you. And today it's, I keep building and building and building. And I get no support from my peers. I keep building and building and building. And I get no support from my peers. I would love to wake up one day and getting support. CZ. You know, these people weird, bro. Some of us grind for a living. We really work in real life. We do what we have to do. We don't kowtow and complain and try to gaslight and insult people that gave you $1.6 billion. You're going to insult the community that gave you 1.6. You're going to insult the people, the same people that gave you 1.6 billion. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it's exactly the same. We have to be real, right? Right? But even if it's one of the same people, or even if it was one person, imagine if it's one person, it don't matter how many people in the community that are still here, still around. Like it could have just been, I mean, imagine anybody, right? Who's still around, that was around since back then and now. And you hearing this guy, and you sacrifice, and you hearing this guy insult the community 4 years later, talk about how ungrateful they are. How ungrateful the community is. Meanwhile, they got 1.6 billion. The person who's talking shit about how ungrateful the community is received 1.6 billion. Some people say more. I go by what's on the leaderboard or on the blockchain. Fuck a leaderboard. 1.6 billion. Like I said yesterday, he needs to be grateful for the entire earth for as long as he lives. This is what your natural ability, your skills, your salesman skills afforded you to receive $1.6 billion in 6 months. And instead of transforming that energy to elevate yourself and your well-being and to allow other people to also elevate or to contribute to the basically the uplifting of the entire community, you want to wallow in misery, talk shit in your whatever confines, Faraday cage, whatever space you're in that you don't want to be discovered in hiding, and talk shit. This is what you do with your time. This is what you do. Bruh, he's not happy, man. Far from it. Far from it. He's living in a gilded cage. I don't care if his home is the size of an entire, if it's the size of one city mile or kilometer. It's still your prison. I don't care how beautiful it is. It's still your prison. How sad is that? Dude, weird. And all you got as a microphone talking piece is Twitter, because people know you'll constantly put your feet in your mouth. Both feet end up in his mouth. Not a good person, y'all. Not a good person. Frank Kulo, I see you, man. He said better. Oh, man. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Take it easy. Be safe, be well, enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, noon, and night. All that good stuff, all that great stuff. Peace.